Dear student, today we are discussing about the oscillator circuit and oscillators. First we will discuss about the Barkhausen criteria or condition for the amplifier to work as an oscillator. Before starting the Barkhausen criteria, let us see what is the basic difference between amplifier circuit and oscillator circuit. This is your suppose your amplifier. This is your amplifier, and you have given a small input signals. Small input here you have given of the order of 20 millivolt, and you are getting here output is nothing but the order of, let me say, 200 millivolt. Suppose the gain of the amplifier is 10, means this is a small input signal, and here you are getting your large output signal like this. You are getting large output signal. Here you have given small input signal at this point, and you will get here some large output signal. And here you have given the DC supply, that is VCC. So here at the output signal, the large power is associated, and that is called AC energy, I can say. Here naturally you can say AC energy is very small. Here energy is large. So I can say that amplifier is a device that converts this DC energy into AC energy at the output when input is applied. So simple I can say. The amplifier is a device. Amplifier is a device which converts DC energy into AC energy at the output when Vi is applied. When input is not given, when this is not given, you will not get any AC output energy. I can also say like this: amplifier is an electronic device. Amplifier is an electronic device. Amplifier is an device which converts DC energy into AC energy at the output, and this conversion is controlled by the AC input signal. Is controlled by the AC input signal. Is controlled by AC input signal. So we can say like this: amplifier is a device which converts DC energy into the AC energy at the output when AC input signal is given. Also I can say that amplifier is an electronic device which converts DC energy into AC energy at the output, and this conversion is controlled by the AC input signal. What is oscillator circuit? This is your oscillator circuit. This is your VCC, and you will get some continuous output here. Means this circuit will oscillate at the output without any AC input signal. AC input signal is zero. So oscillator is a device which converts DC energy into AC energy at the output, and it produces the continuous signal having a definite frequency and this conversion is not controlled by the AC input signal. Means without AC input signal, oscillator circuit produce a output continuously, or you can say output a signal which is continuously varying at a some definite frequency. So in oscillator, input is not required. Without input, you oscillator circuit will give the output. So in this, oscillator circuit is a device which convert DC energy into AC energy at the output, and this conversion is not controlled by the AC input signal, or you can say without AC input you will get the output in which signal vary at a definite frequency continuously. Now let us see what is the positive feedback. I am discussing positive feedback. I am discussing what is the positive feedback. Already we have discussed the negative feedback. Already we have discussed the negative feedback, and we have discussed the advantage of negative feedback in a transistor amplifier. So let us see the first, what is the positive feedback. Suppose this is your some amplifier, and here you are providing some input signal like this. This is your input signal, and you are getting some output signal having a 180 degree phase shift, and through the help of some feedback network I am using here, feedback network, through the some feedback network, some part of the output I am giving to the input. This amplifier produce 180 degree phase shift. Can you see this? Now feedback network you have taken in a such a way that this also gives you 180 degree phase shift. So from some part I am giving like this. This is nothing but the K part of the output is giving back to the input. So you can see here, this is your input signal plus this is your feedback signal. This is your feedback signal. This is your input signal. So both are in a same phase. So output in effective input increases. This is effective input, you can say increases. Or if you want to understand in graphical point of view, see, this is your input signal, and this is your input Vi. In this you added your feedback. This is your feedback voltage. As a result, your effective input signal, this is your increases effective input signal. This is effective input is increases. As effective input signal increases, so gain of the circuit is also increases. So in a positive feedback, remember, the effect of the feedback is such that if the effective input signal increases, then it is called positive feedback. What is the positive feedback? Positive feedback means if the effect of the feedback signal is such that effective input signal increases, then you can say that this is termed as a positive feedback. Or another way you can say, if the phase difference between the input signal and feedback signal is 0, then effective input signal increases. If the phase difference between input signal and feedback is 0 or 360, then you can say it is called positive feedback. So in a positive feedback, remember, in a positive feedback, total phase shift is 0, or you can say 360, or you can say the phase difference between the input signal and feedback signal should be 0. It should be 0. Then it is called positive feedback. So I think it is clear that what is positive feedback. Okay, now, so let us discuss about the equation of the positive feedback and what is the effect of the positive feedback. Effect of positive feedback. Now I think you will clear what is the positive feedback. Last time again I am repeating. In a positive feedback, total phase shift should be 0 or 360, or you can say there is a 0 phase shift between input signal and feedback signal. You can get the positive feedback in this way also. Suppose this is your amplifier 1, also produces a 180 degree phase shift, 180 degree phase shift. This produces a 180 degree. Amplifier 2, these also produce 180 degree phase shift. And output of this you can give to the input. So in this way also you can get the total phase shift is our 360. So this is also an example of a positive feedback. Remember, this is your, in this way you can, means here you have to put some network which does not produce any signal, which does not produce any phase shift. Now let us see the effect of positive feedback. See, this is your amplifier having a gain AV. I am showing you a voltage series feedback diagram. This is a voltage series feedback diagram. This is your feedback network. This is your feedback network. Feedback network having a feedback factor K. Here output of the amplifier after feedback is VO dash. Output is VO dash. This output I am writing VO dash. This output is VO dash. Output of the feedback network is K VO dash. So this is your feedback voltage, I can say. This is your input signal Vi. With this Vi, K VO dash is combined in series. So new feedback is, new voltage is Vi dash. If the feedback is not given, then input is Vi and output is VO. That I will not mention. Output is VO. Let me mention if you want. When feedback is given, the input is changed, so output is changed. So what I have written, VO dash. So my new input voltage is nothing but the Vi plus K VO dash. So you must be aware, to find the output voltage VO dash, I should write gain multiplied by input. Gain of the amplifier is AV, input is Vi plus K VO dash. So I can write VO dash is equal to AV into Vi plus KV into VO dash. let me take this term on this side. If you take this term on this side, then VO dash will be common. Then VO dash will be common. You will get VO dash is common. So you will get 1 minus KV. On other side, you will get AB into VI. So VO dash upon VI is equal to AB upon 1 minus KV. VO dash upon is VI is the gain of the amplifier with feedback. So most important equation already we have derived. Again we have derived for the positive feedback. Gain of the amplifier with feedback is given by AB upon 1 minus KV. So for positive feedback, for positive KV is positive feedback. For positive feedback KV is positive. So if KV is positive, gain of the amplifier is increases due to positive feedback. If KV is negative, the gain of the amplifier is 1 minus it becomes plus. So gain of the amplifier decreases. So we have also seen that in advantage of the positive feedback, gain of the amplifier increases. So for positive feedback, KV is positive, or you can say K and AV both are negative. K is negative, AV is negative, so we will get product of K into AV should be positive. So in a positive feedback, this product always positive, and as a result you can see the gain of the amplifier with positive feedback increases. For this, let us see the if gain increases, then what will happen? Look here now. Suppose for some amplifier system gain is 40. Now you introduce K is equal to 0.1. You introduce 0.01. Then what is the gain of the amplifier? So gain of the amplifier is AV upon 1 minus KV. So you can see here 40 upon 1 minus 0.01 multiplied by 40, you will get 40 upon 0.6, you will get 66.6. Gain of the amplifier, you can say, increases. Initially how much? 40. Now it becomes how much? 66.6. Now let us see second, K you are keeping 0.02. What will happen? Then gain of the amplifier with feedback, I have to use this equation again. So I can say 40 upon 1 minus 0.02 multiplied by 40, you will get nearly about 200. So you can see gain is increases. How much? 200. You introduce the feedback how much? 0.01. Then you introduce how much feedback? 0.02. The gain increases. Let us see, you introduce the feedback is 0.025. Then gain of the amplifier is given by this equation. You can write this is your 40 upon 1 minus 0.025 multiplied by 40. 40 upon 1 minus 1. That is gain of the amplifier 40 upon 0. It means gain of the amplifier will become infinite. So remember, when KV is equal to 1, then gain of the amplifier will become infinite. This is not possible. So what is the reason? Reason is that for any electronic system, for any amplifier, for any amplifier, this maximum output depends upon its supply voltage. If you use the word supply voltage is 10, suppose you are using the supply voltage is 12, the maximum output is 12 volt, not more than this. I think you understand what I am telling you. If this voltage is what 10 volt, output, maximum output will be 10 volt. If this supply voltage is 12 volt, maximum output is 12 volt. So you can say that this infinite gain is not possible. So I can say this infinite gain means if AVF is equal to infinite means your output will be infinite. This is not possible. Maximum output is nearly, you can say, up to the supply voltage. So this is not possible. So another possibility. Another possibility means AVF is equal to infinite. So I can write output upon input is infinite. So I can write the VI is equal to output upon infinite. It means input voltage should be 0. It means input voltage 0 means without input you can get the output. This indicates that when gain of the amplifier with feedback become infinite, that is when kV is equal to 1, then gain of the amplifier become infinite. It means at that time you can get the output without input. This indicates that when gain of the amplifier will be infinite, then I remove this. If I remove this, then this feedback voltage takes the position of the input voltage when kV is equal to 1. At that time, you will get the output of a continuous output which oscillates at some definite frequency, and the frequency of this depends upon either amplifier or feedback network or depends upon both. So remember, gain of the amplifier will be infinite means when kV is equal to 1, gain of the amplifier will be infinite. It means without input you are getting the output. So at this stage, if you remove the input and the feedback voltage will become the input voltage of the amplifier, and you will get the output which oscillate at some definite frequency, and this circuit will convert from amplifier with feedback system into the oscillator. Circuit will work as a oscillator. So if you want to convert the oscillator to work as, if you want to convert amplifier to work as an oscillator, then most important condition is kV should be 1. kV should be 1. That means this is kV should be 1 and the positive feedback should be applied to the amplifier. In other words, total phase shift should be between feedback voltage and input signal should be 0 or 360 degree. So this is a condition for the amplifier to work as an oscillator. This is a condition for the for the amplifier to work as an oscillator means KV should be equal to 1, or positive feedback should be applied, or you can say total phase shift between the feedback voltage and input voltage Vi should be 0. Remember, sometime already we have used KV is also called loop gain. This is called loop gain because one loop is there. See here, total loop is there. So K into AV is called loop gain. So in a derivation, remember, in a derivation I will use this thing. Total phase shift is 0 means we will use, there is a no imaginary part. There is a no imaginary part in equation of the gain. We will use while we will derive the frequency of the oscillation of the circuit. We will use imaginary part. Imaginary part in above equation should be 0 for loop gain to be real. This loop gain to be real means there is a no phase shift. For this loop gain to be real, imaginary part should be 0 in a equation of the gain. So this KV is equal to 1 is known as a Barkhausen criteria. Barkhausen criteria. So remember, this condition is known as a Barkhausen criteria. This indicate that, this discussion indicate that minimum gain of the amplifier should be greater or equal to 1 upon K. This indicate that the minimum gain of the amplifier should be equal to or greater than 1 upon K. Suppose I am telling you K of some network is 1.5%, then AV of the system should be greater or equal to 60.6, then and then KV will equal to 1. Then and then KV is equal to 1. If the amplifier to work as an oscillator, remember KV should be slightly greater or equal to 1. For a smooth linear oscillation at the output, KV should be slightly greater than 1. So with the help of amplitude limiting device, circuit adjusts the value of KV is equal to 1. Suppose somebody is asking you, if KV is equal to less than 1, then what will happen? Then you will get if KV is less than 1, then continuously your output decreases like this. Continuously your output decreases. So this is called damped oscillation. If somebody says, sir, KV is too much greater than 1, then what will happen? Then your continuously output increases. Output continuously increases when KV is 1. When circuit itself adjusts, when suppose KV is equal to, you can say, greater than 1, then sir, what will happen? Then your output continuously increases. When KV is slightly greater or equal to 1, then you can get your nearly about the circuit will oscillate. Circuit at the output produce continuous oscillating signal at a definite frequency. So here KAV is equal to 1. So I think you understand, for an oscillator, for the amplifier to work as an oscillator, First condition is the loop gain should be 1 and loop gain should be real, or you can say KV is equal to 1 and total phase shift should be 0. Total phase shift 0 means, for your understanding, I can say like this: total phase shift 0 means if the phi 1 is the phase of the amplifier, and phi 2 is the phase of the feedback network, then total phase shift phi 1 plus phi 2, it should be 0 degree, or you can say 360 degree. So remember, so for Barkhausen, this is a Barkhausen criteria, and more you should remember phi 1 plus phi 2 should be 0 or 360 degree, where phi 1 is the phase of the amplifier and phi 2 is the phase of a feedback network. So when KV is greater than 1 and slightly greater than 1, then with the help of amplitude limiting device, we will get your sustained oscillation. So condition for the sustained oscillation is KV should be 1 and total phase should be you can say 0. Now let us see the classification of the oscillator. Oscillator classified so many different ways. It is classified according to frequency generated, according to fundamental mechanism involved in the circuit, according to, you can say, different property are involved. But here I'll say oscillator is classified in a two group. One is sinusoidal oscillator, and second is non-sinusoidal oscillator. In a sinusoidal oscillator, again it is classified in a circuit involved RC oscillator, LC oscillator, and crystal like piezo crystal is used to produce the oscillation. So here oscillator is classified in a two group, sinusoidal and non-sinusoidal. In sinusoidal, RC network is used to produce the sine wave. Sinusoidal means you can know this is a sine wave. LC circuit is used to produce the sine wave, or crystal like piezo crystal is used to produce the sine wave. In a non-sinusoidals, there is a square wave. It is also called the relaxation oscillator. This is also called relaxation oscillator. In a relaxation oscillator, you can get the square wave, or you can get the sawtooth wave, you can get sweep generator. So this square wave is you can get with the help of astable multivibrator. With the help of astable multivibrator, you can get square wave. With the help of astable multivibrator, with the help of UJT and tunnel diode, you can get sawtooth and sweep generator. Like such kind of the waveform can be obtained. Here in RC network, you can have Wien bridge oscillator, and second RC phase shift oscillator. Here in LC oscillator, you can use Hartley oscillator, and second is Colpite oscillation. Hartley oscillator and Colpite oscillator. In RC phase shift, you will use your resistor and capacitor to get the K A is 1 plus total phase shift is 0. In Wien bridge also RC is used. In a Hartley and Colpite oscillator, you use a combination of inductor and capacitors. This is called frequency selective network LNC. Here RC component are known as a frequency selective component. Okay. Yes, and you are using a positive feedback. Here positive feedback is used in this. And with the help of crystal, I told you piezo crystal, you are using the property of the crystal to produce the sine wave. Okay, this is most stable. This produces the most stable. Now here astable multiplier, they are using a two-stage common emitter circuit. It is nothing but it also produces a positive feedback. Here in this UJT in a tunnel diode, they are using a negative resistance property of these devices. So by using the negative property of the unijunction transistor and tunnel diodes, we can produce the relaxation oscillator on non-sinusoidal oscillations. Okay. So here there are some another is a tune collector, tune grid, so many that, but we are studying about the Hartley and Colpite oscillator. And in RC circuit associated with the help of RC network, you can produce the sine wave. In that we will see the two circuit, RC phase shift oscillator and Wien bridge circuit. So in a oscillator section, we will see the four circuit, RC phase shift oscillator, Wien bridge oscillator, Hartley oscillator and Colpite. These all is work on a positive feedback. Here positive feedback is required. So while we are discussing for the frequency of oscillation of the circuit, we will use this word loop gain to be real. So imaginary part is 0, remember. And here we are astable multiplier, here they are using a positive feedback. This is your negative resistance properties used. Now look here. Here we have discussed the gain should be at least this. When K is made up of only attenuator network, means feedback factor is only made up of attenuator network, then gain should be greater or equal to what? This much to get sustained oscillation. Otherwise, you will not get the sustained oscillation. To get the sustained oscillation, KAV should be 1. But in circuit, sometimes it is not possible to adjust the KV is equal to 1. KV is generally slightly kept slightly greater than 1, and with the help of amplitude limiting device, the KV will be adjusted 1. Now look here. So what are the requirement of oscillator? So I am discussing requirements of oscillator circuit. Oscillator. So what does it mean? If you want to design an oscillator, so what are the basics? Circuit are required. First, it's a amplifier is required. Internal amplifier is required. Second is feedback network is required. Feedback network is required. And third, amplitude limiting device. Amplitude limiting device is required to adjust KV is equal to 1. So basic requirement that. So in all this circuit, so internal amplifier should be required, and the gain of the amplifier should be minimum, then and then certain, this should be more than that certain minimum value, then and then circuit work as an oscillator. Okay, it provides us some positive energy, right? Now, and it should have some feedback network to get total phase shift should be 0, and amplitude limiting device should be there, which adjusts the value of kV is equal to 1. Now, I think you understand the classification of this. Yes, it is also classified by low frequency generator, high frequency generator, radio frequency generator, microwave frequency generator. But here this produces a low frequency of the order of few hundred kilohertz, and this is your high frequency generator. When you want to get the frequency generator of the order of more than 1 megahertz, then this circuit is used. Here I am keeping the end of the today lecture. In next lecture we will discuss about RC phase shift oscillator.